Yeah, good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, the Big Wolf. So on this episode today, we are going to be covering the topic if the African culture favors men than women. So we are going to dive into the topic, and here I'm with
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, and I'm also with
Onyekachi.
Yekachi. So we'd like to know your own opinion on this. Does it favor men than women?
Okay, for me, from my own view and from the experiences I've seen and
Yeah.
things that I've witnessed, I believe that women are at a disadvantage when it comes to our cultural practices. So I believe it favors men more because a lot of women are denied of things that they naturally should be entitled to.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
feel like it favors men than
yeah,
women?
it definitely favors men than
Okay, bro,
women.
we would like to know your own topic, your own opinion on
Well,
this.
I don't think it favors men more than women. For me, I think it's something that has been put in place by I would say our fathers, and they have seen that this is something that will guide us into a better future as Igbos and all that. So I don't think it favors one gender over the other.
Yeah, what's your own reason? Like, what do you feel like?
One of the reasons I think, most especially,
Yeah,
peace in the home.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Peace in the home, because when a man knows his roles and a woman knows her roles, and both of them are on the same level, not one being above the other or one being below the other, there is peace in the home, and a peaceful home grows economically into a peaceful country. I don't know if you understand me. So that's just one of the reasons.
That's cool. That's cool. So, bro, we would like to know your reasons why you feel like it favors men than women.
Okay, I believe that a lot of practices, even though maybe our ancestors thought that it was better to have all these cultural practices to maybe keep us safe and keep our culture alive.
Yeah.
In most cases, you find that women tend to suffer more. They are always on the receiving end on the consequences
Okay,
of
like
all
which
of those
scenario? Can you give us
practices.
an
So, an
example?
example is let me give an example. The one that is much more common that still happens now.
Yeah,
We can talk of female genital mutilation or early marriage
yeah.
that still happens in a couple of communities now.
Mm,
Female genital mutilation ends up putting the lives of young girls at risk
yeah,
because they are now prone to diseases, even complications in childbirth. And then early marriage takes away childhood from young girls.
yeah.
They end up being forced to grow up. So they end up being mothers and carrying out motherhood responsibilities while they should be playing around with their fellow young ones or going to school. Okay, so those are my reasons for supporting.
Then we would like to know
Okay.
your own reason.
Another reason is I think for lineage, for the continuity of lineage. The Igbo culture has basically, it sees men as the leaders and providers of the family, and it sees women as the caregivers and the people that take care of the children and take care of the household and all that. So you will not say marriage. You say marriage is the wrong thing.
No, mine is not.
It's a good thing, but then the only way I can stand is that the Igbo culture views lineage continuity as something that is substantial. So that is one of the reasons why it sends women into marriage. I don't know if you understand me. So I think the Igbo culture fosters continuity of lineage,
Yeah.
continuity of lineage. So it's balanced. It's not biased. It says a man has to do this, a woman has to do this. A woman cares, gives birth in the family, cares for the family. A man provides,
The
leads the
woman take care
family,
of the kitchen.
takes care of the takes care of the kitchen. Traditionally, a man goes for hunting, comes back with food.
Yeah.
Meet even women, they indulge in farming. That is their own contribution to the family, and that is what the Igbo culture depicts. I don't know if you understand. So it's not one sided. It's something that is open and balanced for everybody. Everybody knowing their roles and doing everything together will foster the continuity of both the family, the culture, and everything. What is culture? The people's way of life that wants to extend a certain practice. So extending marriage, and it's a right practice. And in that marriage, the man knowing his duties as an Igbo man, the woman knowing her duties as an Igbo woman, fosters continuity, economic growth. Because at the end, I don't.
Yeah.
When you say when we say marriage, we simply just picture a man and a woman getting married.
Mhm.
When you try to picture marriage, you picture a happy man, a happy woman, they are all laughing. But then I've witnessed a case where a young girl who is just in primary six, and then the parents think, oh, we don't have money
Money.
to raise her, and then someone is already interested in her,
But
someone in
it's
her
highly,
40s.
it's highly rare to see. I've not seen an Igbo girl. Which Igbo man, like core Igbo man? I don't know. If you,
Yeah.
we
I
give
mean,
birth to his daughter
you're in the
at the age
city.
of
You're in
at
this.
the class of primary
How
six.
many times did you travel to your village?
Ha! I travel to my
How
village, but me,
how
I've
many
not seen.
marriages have you witnessed in your marriage,
like
in your village?
I feel like the female is a crime.
It's highly, it's
That
a
one is
crime now.
crime.
It's a crime, but don't you think that there were high cases of that happening in the past and it was allowed? Everyone was okay with it. They approve it. People come and dance and eat when a young girl, 8 years, 10 years, 13 years, is getting married. And it wasn't seen as wrong. They believe that this at least she will survive. If anything happens, she will survive.
Nah.
So my problem about early marriage is not just that it's allowed. It's the fact that um, people see it and they don't impose it. Elders see it, older people see it. They still attend the wedding. They still come and eat rice.
But
They still
I
come
don't
and
think
drink and go home. Nobody will say, no,
I
leave
don't think
my
any
this child
Igbo
is too
culture,
small.
any Igbo culture stands on early marriage.
Yeah,
The only people that can practice that kind of thing are people that doesn't really know the Igbo culture, or people that doesn't even know what the Igbo culture talks about marriage. You cannot see. I'm still saying.
Are you saying
no
that
call
it was never
you as an
practiced in
Igbo
your
man, can you give
your
out your daughter
place?
at the age of 6? You as an Igbo man, can you give out your daughter at the age of 6?
you know that poverty
Of
is
course
totally
not.
different. You
No matter
yeah.
how poor the family
Poverty is
is,
totally different from the culture.
Are you saying that it's not practiced in your place?
me, I've not seen.
Like,
Me, I've not seen.
if nothing doesn't mean that it doesn't
I've not, the
happen.
only thing I can say is that what brings about that result is just that people don't really understand the Igbo culture, or maybe they have been pushed to the extreme of poverty. But I don't even to the extreme of poverty. I'm still saying it. No call Igbo man. Rather, that man will go naked so that his family will feed.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
Which
telling you
man has
honestly.
ever gone naked for the children to
Like
feed?
you will go to
I've
the
not seen any
extreme.
man that is naked anywhere for the
No,
children to
understand?
feed.
Understand what I'm saying? Rather, the man will starve
Yeah.
for that family to feed than giving. Imagine if that girl is his only daughter. Ha, no, no.
It's true because in the Igbo culture, women are more like the pride of the father. Understand? So a woman like an Igbo man or an African man, let's not just centralize it on Igbo. An African man, like we want to make sure that his daughter's wedding will be big, and the homeowner will bring all these things. So he doesn't just throw away his daughter like that.
So you're saying that in the in the African culture, the
Yeah.
daughter is the pride of the father.
A man prides in his daughter. They always
So
Adanna.
why
You know how
why
close.
don't they give lands to their daughters if they are the pride of the family? So why not go give your
See,
why would you give your child land?
there are cases where matrilineality was practiced in the sense that daughters receive lands and properties. In some cases in Igbo land, wait.
So why? The
Wait,
main
let
question-
him
Let
land
me
this
let me
point.
land. Let me land. There are some cases where it was practiced, but just that
Yeah.
I think now it's not that rampant anymore.
Okay.
It's not that rampant. Why they are not giving the properties that let them go and focus mainly on you cannot see a Igbo woman controlling the major.
Land belongs to me. Let me add something to it. Like my dad told me about early marriage, how it is being done in the Igbo culture. He
Okay.
said that the young probably if they are marrying a girl that is 8 years, 5 years, that is not up to womanhood. And so what they do is that they give the girl to someone that will raise the girl. Understand? Once you're done paying the bride price and everything, they hand her over to someone that will raise her. That person that is raising her is probably the sister of the groom. Understand?
Okay.
So they raise her till she's now up to the age of marriage.
Of
Then
going
she
to
will
the
now
man's house.
pack in. Yeah.
So
She can't
what
pack in. She
about
can't pack in
when you say
when
this,
she's
this
8
is
years.
one case
Yeah.
out of a lot.
Yeah.
You understand? Except maybe you haven't seen a case where a young girl
I've not.
she's,
I've
she's
I've not seen.
I've
No,
not heard.
I don't think.
I've
Yeah.
seen, I've
I'm
seen,
not.
and it happens more times. And then the excuse they give you is there's poverty. But then my own issue is not about there being poverty or they're doing it out of poverty. My own issue is
Women are
everyone seeing it as it's okay. Nobody can. The elders are not saying no. This is wrong. We cannot give out our little child.
Yeah.
No, let's make sure that this doesn't happen. And so that's why I say that culture favors men more because in a case like this, they could have said no.
So why do you feel like land belongs to men? Why are women not entitled to receive land just like men?
Because it's not in their job description. Let me put it like that.
Yes, tell us. Yeah,
It's
what do
not
you
in their
feel?
job description because men make. I think having inheritance is one of a major role in an Igbo family.
So
So
why are women not receiving the land property?
women receive properties. Oh.
Why are women not receiving land?
It's not that they don't receive much.
No. So it's actually centralizing on what you said. It is favoring more of men than women.
They
Why
receive.
are women not why are women not receiving land?
Well, I think it's because one of their major role is family, fostering the family. So
So she will be focused on family.
her in that sense should be focused on the care about the. You cannot see a woman juggling, controlling land and all that, and also putting controlling the family, taking care of husband, all that. I don't know if you understand me. Taking care of the children. I think one of the reasons is that a woman doesn't continue the family's name. Okay. Anything given to the woman is as if you are carrying it to another family.
Yeah. So I have one question. I have one question. You said that the responsibility, like a woman shouldn't be given like outside if she's taking care of the land and she's taking care of the house. There's too much responsibility. So do you feel like a woman shouldn't govern a state, shouldn't work in political places?
No, no. Based on modern development and all that, a woman can. A woman
So
should if she can.
if she
Understand?
can.
If she can.
So that means a woman should own a land if she can. Because
If
if she
she
can actually
women
control the
actually own
boat.
lands now, but
No,
the
like I
land
mean
we are
like
talking about is not the
being
land from my
exactly.
her
Yeah,
father,
yeah, yeah.
because
That's
I think that's her father sees that land as one of his properties and prosperity in money, that kind of thing. So giving it to the woman is like, okay, my daughter carry this one and go and meet the husband you want to marry.
yeah.
I don't know, but and then in a way it removes finances from the family because the son of that family can actually sell that land and start up something to continue the family. The son of the family can actually build on that land a business or something that can bring about financial prosperity in that family. But giving it to a woman
Yeah.
is good, but she will still take finances, and then when she's
Sponsor the
married, she will sponsor her husband.
So it's more like okay, they are doing it to secure the.
Secure
Okay,
the
okay.
family,
Do
more
you
like
have
an
anything?
insurance.
Yeah. Do you have any point to drop in
Of
this?
course, I have a lot to counter here because I mean, what are we saying?
Yeah.
So, because if you're putting it that way, if you're saying that this is the reason why, if you're saying that women are not entitled to family properties because of their role in the house, probably because they have to be taking care of the children, and then because you don't want them to carry a family's wealth to another family, I feel like that doesn't make sense because in a family, I mean, you're basically telling me that when my sister gets married, she's no longer a member of the family. She's still part of the family, and even if she wants to sponsor me, her younger brother or or her nephew, she can still do it.
Yeah.
There's no limitation. You understand? So she can actually own a land and still be able to keep that wealth in
Now,
that family.
listen, what I'm saying is, in a case where a father has so many lands, has like so many lands, he can give out few to the daughter, but not major,
No,
not too
like
much.
the main thing is women are not entitled to
Yeah,
receive
in
land.
No, he can
general.
give
If
based
the
on
man
based on the
see,
love he has for the
see
daughter
if the
and all
man
that.
okay, if the man actually dies, like if the man actually dies, those land that he gave out to his daughter, the brothers will come for the land. As far as there is no son, as far as there is no son there to inherit the land, the brothers will come. So why do you feel like why are women not being entitled to receive land?
I will still stand on my ground. It's not in their role. It's like taking the money and going to another family and all that. It's like taking the finances of the family
Okay, in a
and
rich,
going to.
even see apart from even rich families still do
No,
that
okay.
stuff.
See, let's not dive it only to land.
No, no, like
Properties. Women can own properties in a family that has too much, that
see,
has plenty.
yeah, yeah. See, one thing we say, the normal basic inheritance in African culture is land first before we enter into other material stuff.
Okay.
So land. So, but women are not being entitled. If a widow, if a widow actually give birth to 7 women, 7 girls, they don't consider any of them whether one like accepts not to get married, they will still not give that one a land. Why is she not entitled to own a land in African culture?
I think that's just the way the African culture puts it.
So why are women not entitled to own land in Nigeria, in Africa?
Well, I think one of the
Yeah.
major reasons is that a man sees his land as his pride. Naturally, male protects their territory, their surroundings, and all that. So, a land for a man is something of great value. And then in the case of a woman, giving her that land is like you are giving that your
You're bringing in
pride,
someone else.
your value, your everything. You are giving it to another family. That's why I said the sense that when you give a woman a land, she's as carrying to another family and all that. A woman gives birth to another man's lineage, although she's your daughter, but then she continues not your own lineage, but another man's lineage. So that placing value on the land now, your own pride, something okay, what your father has been keeping, and it has now gotten to your own turn. You cannot just give it away. You must keep it in your own lineage for your son. I don't know if you understand me. So that's that sense of security, protection. That's what makes them place much value on that land, and then in a way seclude women out from giving them that land majorly.
Okay.
So that's just
Bro,
that.
we would like to know, do you have anything to add to this? Uh,
Anyways, he's right about that it has been practiced year after year after year for centuries that
Yes.
it becomes a norm because for me, from my understanding of culture, culture was not instituted. No, so no one came out and
Did
brought
it
culture
immediately.
from heaven
Mm.
or dug it out of the ground and said this is culture.
yeah.
So probably our ancestors they have tried a lot of systems and they believe that this is a system that works for them and they continued it. You understand? But then you find out that okay, what about cases? So in a case where a father gives birth to only girls, let's say 7 girls, 8 girls that can do well, and you're not telling me that you cannot give them any of your property, you go and give it to your
In
brothers.
that
Is
case,
that not still living? It's still living
no,
your
no.
family
In
now.
that case, yeah,
You understand? It's still living your
what happens
family.
is that instead of the land going to the daughters, because it still is supposed to be in that same lineage. I think then the father's brothers, if the man eventually dies and then doesn't have a son, the father's brothers will take that land because these they still want it to be in their lineage. That sense of protection. I don't know if for that particular name, that family name must be on this land.
So why can't the woman just carry the family name?
The woman carries another family's name. I don't understand me. She carries the father's name from age 0 to a certain point. Then she gets married and carries another person's name. My sister is my sister, but she's in another man's house. I don't even understand me. Yeah, my sister now she has been with us over time, but she's in another man's house now, carrying another man's lineage.
So
But me,
don't you think that this is why would you give birth to a daughter that you just dash somebody? I don't
it's
understand.
not.
You're making it look like you're not showing
That's what
it's
it
not.
looks like now.
It's
You
not
can't even give
dashing.
her anything. You just carried her and
It's not
dash
dashing. It's the
to someone
continuity
else's
of that
family.
same Igbo culture because this same thing practiced here is still practiced in that same place where the woman is going to. Even in that place where the lady is, the man will still not give his land to his daughter.
it.
The daughter the wife gives
So
birth to.
why are they secluding women? Why don't they give the land to them?
That sense of security and that sense of they want the land to keep being in their lineage.
So
That
it
sense
is
of
more like
protection.
they want it to be keep being protected by men
Men,
only.
men only are not women. Are
Why?
not women.
Why?
Men protect that surroundings now. Even naturally, safe in animals, you
It's not
cannot
like
see
they are.
another lion come to another lion's land, and they must fight for that territory. And anybody that wins controls that land.
So we are animals.
We are all animals now. We are all living things now.
You're saying that we're animals.
We are
Because
highly
if we go into
developed.
animal kingdom now, you run.
We are highly
So
developed
so
animals.
animals also have culture.
So you
They
do,
give their
They have
daughters, they give their
practices now.
sons land and leave their daughters.
do you feel like women cannot protect the land?
Mm.
She said that women do buy land, so they don't protect the land they buy.
Okay, women can only be protective of the lands they get for themselves. Their personal lands they get for themselves. In the sense that okay, maybe they work and earn enough finances or money and then they get the land.
Yeah.
But you see the land that has the family's name cannot be protected by a woman. But rather a man stands in place of the protector for that land, or person that owns that land.
Huh, you saying that women cannot protect land. It's like you saying that women are not strong. That's what I'm saying. You're saying that women are not strong. Are you saying that you've never seen a case where a woman defended her family, like defended
There
her
will be
children,
so much
even defend
there
her
will be so
husband? Self?
much
I guess it's where women defend their
combat. There will
husbands.
be so much fight. Like from the left, like it will take the grace of God for that woman to win. Fight coming both from the uncles.
So who
From
take the grace of God for the man to win?
it doesn't take much. I don't even understand it. It doesn't
They are
take
saying that
much.
there's because I believe that there are some women that are very very strong, naturally strong.
Yes,
They are very
we can
strong.
we can
They
give we
can
can
defend girl that have sense that is very smart, is willing to. They'll tell her no.
And if funny enough, if they are meeting where they are like land disputes, and the woman knows more about that land, they'll say you are a woman, you shouldn't talk about
Yeah.
the land. You should. Why
That
are
is how
women
that is how the
sidelined?
culture has been.
That's the question.
That means you're following the
Yeah,
culture
yeah,
blindly.
yeah,
You are
exactly.
blindly following
So
culture.
that means you're actually saying that it's favoring men than women.
Yeah. So from my own point of view, as I've been saying, and I'll still stand on my point, um, the culture, the Igbo culture, and most African culture are against or are not in favor of women. They're more in favor of men because if you look at how things are, men benefit more from culture, even when it comes to facing consequences, punishment. Men tend to have more free will, have more allowance when it comes to women. A woman that probably does something wrong, or even when the husband dies, whatever she faces, nobody will challenge it. You understand? Culture might be maybe our culture is okay, it's balanced.
Even in
You
the
understand?
place of when a man loses his wife, they still marry another wife for him because of what lineage continuity. So the culture is not just is what it's doing is trying to protect and to continue what has already been in
But does
place.
that same culture support woman remarrying?
What did
Does it support women remarrying? If
So
a
it
man's
makes
wife dies, he can easily go, even if it's after 1 week, he can go and get married.
If the woman doesn't have any male child for the man, they would advise her to at least get a male child for the man
For the family.
for the family's lineage to continue.
I don't. For me, that only happens in rare cases. It happens in rare cases. They will say, "Oh, she killed the husband," and things like that. You understand? These are the things that we see every day. So personally, I feel like most parts of our culture, um, it should actually be reviewed and looked into. You understand? Culture is dynamic. You understand? So if we identify any part that we feel um, is not going well or doesn't fit well, we don't have to follow our culture blindly. You understand? We can decide, okay, let's remove this part because it doesn't favor women.
But for
So
me,
it shouldn't be what one sided.
what I think is that culture is not one sided. It's not. It doesn't favor men. Doesn't favor women. What it does is that it promotes what it has been promoting. It promotes in sense, which is continuality. It doesn't promote or place one gender above the other. I don't know if it doesn't promote one gender above the other. Everybody has their roles. Everybody knows the part they play. Play your part. I play my part, and then everything goes well. Looking at the big
We'll leave
picture.
it to that wolf.
Looking at the big picture.
we have gotten into the conclusion of today's episode. So we would like to know your own opinion on this topic. So hit the like button and subscribe.